So it's totally,
No, it's not.
why?
Because the thought is based on the ZBA's powers and the fact that here, I'm going to say this dirty word that the applicant really just doesn't like to hear, that they are non-conforming use. And so all the regulations behind non-conforming uses, you're in this area, it's, in this case, it's residential, but you've been given the right to put this recreation club on. But anytime you want to do something, you need to get a use variance to add to that property. And so, and the other part of the non-conforming use code is that non-conforming uses are assumed to diminish over time and disappear and go back to conforming within the zone that it's in. And so that is key, and that's why the use variance, that's why the zoning board needs to opine on any time a non-conforming use wants to add to the property. In fact, it goes to say in the code that if the building was to burn down, you don't just automatically have the right to rebuild it. You may have to live without it. And now, obviously, there is a financial component that could be brought forward, and there's a few reasons, but that's not what we're looking at. And anyway, it just goes back to the fact that when they want to put something on that property, they need a use variance. So we think we interpret the plan examiner's report to be incorrect, because all they did, they correctly chose the fact that they need an area variance, but they failed to include the fact that they also needed a use variance. So we don't want to affirm the whole decision, because then it's saying, oh, that decision is correct, you don't need a use variance. So that's really what we're trying to figure out as to how this is worded. So Nkechi, I'm looking at you and
I'm just looking at the plan examiner.
I'd like to renew my objection to the record, again, to note that this board does not have the authority to determine that a use variance is required, overturning the planning board's decision, the building department's decision, when that wasn't even before this board on appeal. And it's contrary to the court decisions but.
so, there's if municipalities, I don't know if I should go too deep here. Stop me if I'm saying too much. So if a municipality staff makes a decision and that decision is wrong, I mean, it's blatantly wrong, doesn't mean that it's allowed to move forward. There are checks and balances. And so we are the check and balance to things that the building department does and the plan examiner does. And when they make a mistake, it is upon us, hopefully, to see that and bring it to their attention so that it's then done properly. And so that's really